help me welcome Mark Passio.
We are assembled here today in good conscience for the purpose of delivering a message to the owners and directors of this privately held, completely corrupt, morally bankrupt, tyrannical institution known as the Federal Reserve System. We are here because each of us have taken the time and effort to educate ourselves regarding the true nature of your fractional reserve, fiat currency, endless debt scam, the objectives of which are the ever-increasing centralization of financial and political power and control.
That's right.
The steady and continuous erosion of individual freedom and sovereignty, and ultimately what amounts to nothing less than human slavery. We, the truly patriotic and concerned citizens of this nation, have made ourselves aware of how this financial and moral treachery was originally conceived, how it works, and how it has been ruthlessly perpetuated throughout the last century and into the first decade of this one. Our message for you today is simply this: your days of defrauding the American people and the people of the world are numbered! And to be frank, that is all I have to say to those with no power. Now I will turn to address those with all the power. We, the people! It was almost 236 years ago when some of the most courageous pioneers and founders of this country gathered together at Boston Harbor to take decisive action against the financial and political tyranny of their times, set against them by another tyrannical institution, the British Crown. I'm referring, of course, to the Boston Tea Party. This event will forever be remembered as the true opening volley of the American Revolution. As the tea was being thrown overboard from those ships, the sound it made as it struck the waters of Boston Harbor was the sound of freedom being born in this land. Those patriots did not falter then. And as we stand here today in solidarity, let us proudly proclaim that the lamp of liberty will not be extinguished. So once again today, we gather together to hold a tea party. But this is a tea party of a different kind. This is a celebration of thought, emotion, and action. These three vehicles are the key to effecting whatever change we, the people, desire to bring into manifestation. If we bring our thoughts, emotions, and actions into alignment and harmony, there is nothing we cannot achieve. The truth is that the only power these corrupt financial elitists who own and run the Federal Reserve have is the power that we voluntarily give to them. Indeed, this is the same way that everything that we ever experience as evil is perpetuated in this world. Through failure in thought, which is ignorance, through failure in emotion, which is apathy, and through failure in right action, which is cowardice. There is only one force which gives birth to this threefold villainy: fear. Morally bankrupt institutions like the Fed absolutely need to keep people in fear. Fear that there would be utter chaos were they not there to avert some impending catastrophe. Fear that perhaps life itself could not go on without them. Ironically, those who seek external control over others always seem to be the very ones who create these crises in the first place, so that they may rush in at just the right moment to pose as the savior and say, "See, you need me. You cannot live without me." But such manipulation can only exist and succeed if we, as a people, remain ignorant and let such manipulators get away with their plans. Unfortunately, there are so many of us all over the world who are willing to give our power away to corrupt institutions such as the Fed for a bigger paycheck, a nicer house, a better car, a career promotion, or any other self-centered, ego-driven motive you could possibly imagine. Many others simply remain in fear of stepping outside of the bounds of comfort, refusing to speak the truth of what our once great nation has become, a society based on domination, an empire of coercion. The game of controlling an entire society hinges upon one thing only: that we allow our thoughts and emotions to be manipulated such that we end up living in perpetual fear. Once fear sets in, we willingly hand over our personal responsibility to the least among us, those who seek power and control, and whose true motivations have nothing whatsoever to do with the greater good of the people. Keep in mind that corruption and evil have no power over us that we have not voluntarily conceded. If we choose manipulation, fear, and control over truth, love, and freedom, we may be choosing a painful lesson indeed. But the choice is up to us.
Love me and leave me alone.
When we stop allowing ourselves to be manipulated through our fears, our base instincts, and our selfish desires, and when we take back the enormous creative power of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we are choosing the power of love. And when we do this as a people, the whole system of tyranny that has been built up around us through institutions like the Federal Reserve will come tumbling down faster than any of us can imagine. The gathering here today of intelligent, concerned, and courageous citizens is proof that true, positive change is in fact occurring. More and more of us are coming to the realization that we, as a people, have collectively created this situation in which we seem to be trapped. But the good news is that we alone have all the power to unmake what we have made, and in its place build something new, something wonderful, and something uplifting for humankind. The statesman Victor Hugo once said that nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And the movement to end the Fed is one of those ideas, and it cannot be held back. It cannot be denied, and its time is coming very, very soon. Finally, in closing, the ultimate lesson we may be learning from this whole thing is that money is not what carries any real value. Real value comes from that which we ourselves create in our lives. It comes through educating each other and advancing our understanding of truth. It comes through realizing that we are all sovereign, sacred beings on a journey of experience. It comes through caring enough to take personal responsibility, to respect the gift of sovereignty in all others, and to be willing to defend it for all should it come under threat. And finally, real value comes from knowing that true freedom will only come from developing the courage during perilous circumstances to make a stand together to do the right things in life.